What is up, everyone? It is time once again for another sketchbook tour. I am halfway through another sketchbook, and this represents about 5 weeks of practice. And while that may not seem like a lot, remember I do have a full time job, I do have kids, I have weekend activities, and I'm still putting in the work. Now, this brings up a very important question that we're going to be answering today, and it is one of burnout. How do I not get tired? How do I not get frustrated at not making more progress, not experiencing burnout? And I guess obvious, the first obvious reason could be, well, I'm still a rookie, right? I'm still learning, and I still have so many things I want to learn, so many things I want to accomplish. Maybe I am just I just haven't been doing this long enough to experience burnout. I don't actually know how long it takes for people to experience burnout, but I haven't also been experiencing the frustration. And so I don't know if you know how long it takes to experience burnout. Does it take 5 years? Do you have to be a professional before you actually experience burnout? Let me know in the comments, and I'll know when I need to start looking out for it. However, to add a little bit more to this, I was watching Steven Zapata's stream this week, and a question came up to him, and it ties right into this. And I think if there is one message I wanted to preach on this channel, for lack of a better word, it is the point that Stephen brought up based on this question. And the question was along this lines. I'm kind of paraphrasing. Um, the person asked, how long does it take to become a decent portrait artist? Says, I practice daily and I feel almost burnt out and I am nowhere. I am not making any progress. Um, and Stephen's response, again, kind of paraphrasing here, but basically he said, you don't want to be training just for the sake of training. You can't be trying to get better on a timeline, right? And this is actually something I've said in my video on frustration. It's like you don't get to choose when you get better at drawing. Your job is just to show up and make marks on the paper. You can't control that. If we control that, we would all be geniuses, right? At almost everything. But we don't control that. So he's like, you can't be putting yourself on a timeline and saying, okay, if I practice this much, if I put in this amount of effort, then by this time I should be this good. It just doesn't work like that. And why, he says, why would you want to do it this way anyway? What are you hoping for? That you're going to upfront put in peak effort, and then you're going to hit a decent amount of skills, and then what? And then you're gonna chill? He just says this won't work. And you have to think about, I mean, like, aren't you planning to draw for is this something you love to do, or not? I don't know. But he says, if you are burnt out and you feel like you're nowhere, you probably have your motivations wrong. And he says this is one of the biggest problems he sees in art, and it will slow you down, and it will basically kill your spirit, right? And so you're probably getting obsessed about getting good to prove something to someone, maybe a little bit to yourself, maybe it's a family member. Who are you trying to prove to? He says the solution is to remember why you are doing this in the first place. And for me, and for you, if you're a hobbyist, if you're not, there may be other motivations, but for me as a hobbyist, I have to remember that my main driving motivation for doing this is to have fun. Why else would you do a hobby? And so I draw what I want and I draw when I want. If if today I feel like I really need to learn and I want to jump into anatomy and I'm fired up, then I draw that. If I feel like I don't want to, study too much anatomy and I just want to chill and draw from reference, then I do that. And you may see some the Claire Wendling page in this. And if I feel like I just goofing around, I draw from imagination. But if you're a hobbyist, don't stress it, all right? Just chill. After all, you plan to draw for the rest of your life, don't you? Let me know what your solutions are for dealing with burnout. How do you deal with it if you're a hobbyist? How do you deal with it if you're a professional? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.